You know, one of the things they teach you in TV production is you've got to have good lighting to cover an actor or actress's flaws on their face. And let me tell you something, there is bad lighting in my office today, but even if it was superb lighting, even if I put all the makeup on in the world, they ain't covering up the bags under these eyes today because, guys, I am beat. Yesterday, drove 750 miles, got in at like 5 o'clock this morning, and here I am a couple of hours later shooting this daily video report. Aren't I overjoyed at the moment? So we're going to make this one a quick one today because I have a date with my pillow, and if you think that date is going to be interrupted by watching either one of tonight's NBA games, you are sorely mistaken. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here. This, of course, is going to be your Thursday video report, and as I said, I'm going to break down both of your games tonight because I personally believe that the best bet tonight is not in the NBA, it's in baseball. Now, of course, last night I had the first ever 20-dime play in my career in the NBA. And remember, 99.9% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. But I thought last night the game to unload on was the first half play with the Spurs and Portland in game number 6 in San Antonio. And true, listen, tied after one quarter, Spurs laying 4.5 to 5 points in the first half. They only went into the locker room with a 7-point advantage, but you know, it's not like they cash your ticket for less just because you only covered by X number of points instead of Y number of points. A win is a win, a loss is a loss, and that's something we can all count on in gambling. It may be the only guarantee in gambling you may ever come across. But listen, the Spurs were a 20-dime play and a cash for me last night. And it puts me in a position tonight with a 15-dime series play, as I've mentioned repeatedly here over the past week, on the Thunder. It makes no sense for me to play tonight, game number 6 with Oklahoma City and the LA Clippers. And Washington, Indiana? Hey, good luck if you know anything more about me than on this particular game. No, I think the best bet tonight, to be honest with you guys, is actually in baseball. It's the last game on your card between the Marlins, who have won 11 of their last 12 or 10 of their last 11 at AT&T Park in San Francisco against the Giants. That is the best bet as far as I'm concerned today, and it's going to be my first 15-dime release in baseball. Same 15-dime plays I'm 45 and 32 with in the NBA over the past dating back to the 2009 season, so we're nearly looking at 5-some years here. And the same plays in the NFL that I went 17 and 7 with last year and 68 and 47 with them over the past 4 years combined. That's also going to be the $9 payday winner today. Yes, you can get the play for just $9 little dollars by using the coupon code AL9. That's AL and the number 9. AL and the number 9. Listen, yesterday, the half price play of the day. It had won 5 of the previous 6 days. Scott Delaney, matter of fact, 2 days ago, you got his big 100-dime winner that day, number 5 out of 6 in the NBA. Well, yesterday he had the first ever 150-dime NBA play of his career. It was the half-price play of the day. And guys, you know as well as I do, but now it was a loser as he was on the Miami Heat. And here's the bottom line. He's still won 17 of his last 23 NBA major wager releases. NBA bettors are still up. $10 bettors over $9,100 this season in the NBA. And $10 bettors are up over $4,600 the past 3 weeks as he's won 17 out of 25 days. As I've said many times, when you have a bankroll, that is when you take a shot on games that you like, because that's how you make little bankrolls grow into big bankrolls. You want the little babies to grow up and walk and be big babies, okay? That's the bottom line. You've got to take shots when you do so. You can't do it when you don't have an accumulated bankroll. So, Delaney and I, we're close. We're pals. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, you got to respect it because he took a shot and he lost. I mean, it's a 50-50 proposition, but at least he was in a position to take a shot. And that's what I think a lot of gamblers, and I got to be honest with you, I think a lot of handicappers don't get that sometimes. That when you're in a position to take the shot at the big money, you got to go for it without any regret, without any remorse, without looking back, because those that dwell on the past in this business, you miss the next money-making opportunity coming down the pike. So the half-price play of the day has cashed out 5 of the last 7 days. And going to go right back to the well today with Shawn Michaels, who has a 100-dime max wager release tonight on the Thunder Clippers side. Now listen, 100-dime plays in all sports over the past 6 months, dating back to November. He has gone 30, 13, and 1. 30 out of 43 100-dime max wager releases he's cashed in with with a push along the way. Today, the half price play of the day, as Sean goes for winning day number 92 out of 147. Your Thunder Clippers side, you get it for half price by using coupon code Sean. His first name, S-E-A-N. Listen, he is 91, 57, and 2 with his past 150 plays. 91, 57, and 2. $10 bettors have won $23,290. Yesterday, you got his 59 baseball winner, Kansas City 3-2 over Colorado, as the $5 play of the day. This play is twice as strong as that one. And here's a little heads up for you, a triple heads up, shall we say. I've mentioned to you in the past that Craig Davis has just been uncanny with his ability to pick winners in games involving the Oklahoma City Thunder. But it's not really surprising because he resides outside of Oklahoma City. He's always done well on his hometown team over the past 3 years especially. Well, tonight, Craig has 50-dime winner number 50 out of 86, bigger than his 40-dime winner on the Spurs last night. And he and Sean are on the same side of this contest. Plus, I see Brian Rosica has a 100-dime max wager released tonight, and he's been on a red-hot roll with them. He is on the same side as Michaels. Of course, you get Shawn Michaels as the half-price play of the day by using coupon code his first name, Sean, S-E-A-N. Finally, Gabriel DuPont, yesterday, $5 play of the day. You got his 5th straight NBA winner. It was a 40-dime play on the Heat Nets over. Today, he has something bigger for his NBA winner number 6 in a row. It's his Western Conference semifinal total of the year. Oklahoma City and LA, the over-under. Bigger than last night's 40-dime play, and it's the 777 triple play payout. You get it for $7.77 by using coupon code DuPont777, D-U-P-O-N-T 777. That gets it for you for $7.77. And by the way, he had a 40-dime winner in game number 5 in this series with the Thunder Clippers under on Tuesday. And this play, a 50-dimer tonight, is bigger. So those are your various promos, promotions, etc. Let's break down these games here because, as I said, I got to get to sleep. Oklahoma City and the LA Clippers. Listen, the Clippers feel oh my God, I can't even talk. I'm tongue-tied today. They feel that they were tormented by the officials and they were robbed in game number 5 at Oklahoma City a couple of nights ago. And listen, the call was certainly questionable, but you can't blame the Clippers' collapse on one single call. How about pointing the finger at Chris Paul? You know, he has had a dynamite series offensively. Hasn't been able to do anything against Russell Westbrook, however, as Westbrook is averaging 29.6 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 6.8 assists in the series. But Paul has done his share from that big 42, or was it 32 or 42? God, I can't remember. Isn't that awful? In game number 1, that big scoring outburst. I mean, he has certainly done his job in this series, as I said, offensively. I mean, he had 17 points and 14 assists in game number 5, but he had 2 of his 5 turnovers in the final 13 seconds. He committed that costly foul on Westbrook shooting a three-pointer that gave him the extra free throw attempt. He missed 2 jumpers as well in the final 3 minutes. You know, you want to point a finger at the Clippers' collapse? Point it at Paul. Point it to the fact that DeAndre Jordan was missing in action. He pulled his best Roy Hibbert imitation out of the closet in game number 5. DeAndre Jordan, 0 points and 4 rebounds in 20 foul-plagued minutes. You know, you look at the rest of the Clippers' box score, their lineup for game number 5 in terms of the production. I mean, you know, they got 16 points from Matt Barnes. I mean, they got Jamal Crawford coming off the bench with 19 points. Paul had 17 and 14. As I said, Blake Griffin had 24 points and 17 rebounds. You know, they should have won that game, and they could have won that game. But how ironic is it that Oklahoma City blew the big lead in game number 4 at L.A., and then it was the Clippers at Oklahoma City blowing the big lead in game number 5. I mean, there were the Thunder down by 13 points with 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go, laying 4.5. They closed on a 17-3 run to win by a point. Did they cover the game? No, but what an incredible run. They were down by 7 points with 50 seconds to go. So, you know, I look at this game tonight, and I think that everybody jumps on the Clippers because, again, we've been wrong by the officials. Doc Rivers came out and, you know, we were robbed, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't always translate into a cover. The fact is the Thunder should have won in game number 4 at Oklahoma City, if not for their own collapse. Now, am I a little concerned about one thing in this series, that being the ability of the Clippers to suddenly rebound? Yes, I am. Because after dominating the boards in games 1, 2, and 3, you know, the Clippers out-rebounded the Thunder by 1 or 2 in game number 4, and then these two teams were at a draw in game number 5. And considering DeAndre Jordan was missing in action, that was a pretty impressive fact. But ultimately, I look at tonight's game, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Do I think the Thunder can win outright? Now, again, I'm the guy that has the Thunder in the series. I got to be honest with you. I don't think they can. Okay, but I'm looking at 4.5 points in this game. It was 5 earlier today, 5 overnight. I'm now looking at 4.5. I got to grab the points in a low-scoring game because I can see this being another 100 to 98, 100 to 97, 97, 94 type of game. Okay, so I would go with the Thunder plus the points. Now we look at the Washington Wizards. I mean, the Wizards on the road in the postseason, just great. They're 4-1 on the postseason road. Problem is at home, they absolutely are pathetic. I mean, they have 1 home win in the playoffs versus 3 losses. Oh, 5-1 on the road, 1-3 at home. Go figure. But the performance and the whipping they put on the Pacers in Indiana a couple nights ago was impressive. I'm sorry. A lot of people said, oh, the Pacers had to play their starters in so many big minutes in game number 4. So it really caught them shorthanded and contributed to their lethargic, lackluster performance in game number 5. Are you kidding me? You're a Pacers team that finally has a little momentum. You win 3 straight games in the series. You have an ability to close out an opponent. You're playing at home, and you play that lousy. It isn't because David West and George Hill and everybody else had to play so many big minutes in game number 4. It's simply because you've continued a troubling trend that is dated back the past 2 months where you simply haven't been able to play consistent ball on a weekly, monthly, daily basis. How this team can't even play consistent ball from quarter to quarter. I mean, Roy Hibbert, he's back after that 0.0 rebound performance in game number 1. Suddenly, he's back. He had big games 2, 3, and 4. Oh, really? Well, he wasn't back in game number 5 playing at home. 4 points and 3 rebounds in 25 minutes. I mean, you look at the backcourt, which I have said it from the outset of this series throughout, that the key for the Wizards was I thought that they had the advantage in the backcourt with Bradley Beal and John Wall. Well, then John Wall comes out and couldn't hit the broadside of the barn, in the first 4 games of the series. Finally, he comes up with a playoff best 27 points in game number 5. In fact, Wall and Beal outscored Stevenson and Hill, their Indiana counterparts, 45-12 in that decisive Game 5 victory. But let's face it, it was the rebounding that really led to Washington's rout in that one because, by the way, and the final score was 102-79, Washington winning in Indiana a couple days ago, if you don't forget. Pretty impressive offensive performance when you consider that the Wizards blew a 19-point lead playing at home in game number 4 a couple days earlier. And, of course, in game number 3 playing at home, they were held to an embarrassing low 63 points. But I said it again. Rebounding in game 5 was the difference. 63 rebounds for the Wizards. And you go, okay, Pacers were shooting lousy, which they did. They shot only 39%, okay? So you miss a lot of shots. It affords your opponent an opportunity to plenty of rebounds. But it affords you to get plenty of offensive rebounds as well. But that wasn't the case for the Pacers because, again, the Wizards out-rebounded them 63-23 in that contest. So I'm looking at tonight's game at 4.5. This has been a series, I've said repeatedly, that should be definitely coached by psychiatrists because you just don't know what you get from the Pacers. Again, from quarter to quarter, let alone game to game and week to week. I got to grab the points because the Wizards are playing with confidence on the road. They are the better offensive team, especially if John Wall has rediscovered his shot found his shot for the first time in this postseason. And they're a better rebounding team. I mean, Nene didn't even do anything in game number 5. And yet, again, with Gortat getting 31 points and 16 rebounds after nothing. 6 points and combined 13 rebounds in the game 3 and 4 losses at home. Gortat, 31 points, 16 rebounds, but getting nothing from Nene. And they still came up with 63 rebounds. I'm going to go with the Wizards here. Do I like this play as much as the Thunder? I have to be honest with you, no, I don't. But I still think it's a good play. So, again, going with both road underdogs in this one for your free picks for Thursday. Good luck, guys, and I will catch you again on Friday morning.